Willow, Brook, Apiary, and Homestead. Happy bees, healthy honey. Today I'm going to show you one way that you can increase the number of hives in your yard. What we did several days ago is we went back through this hive here, hive 2E, and I took 3 frames out of the top brood box. I took a frame of honey, a frame of mostly capped brood and some open, and a frame of mixed capped, open, and fresh eggs. And we put them in this nucleus box. I like to try to have at least 1 nucleus to every 2 regular size hives so that I can pull from it as a resource for a queen if one of the hives goes queenless, or extra brood if one is weak, or honey, whatever the case may be. I can also always, if I choose to, move all of the frames into a regular size hive and expand into a full regular size hive that possibly produces honey in the fall. So we've got the standing brick, lets me know I still need to check to see whether or not there's queen cells or a queen that's laying eggs. It has been sufficient time, at minimum they should have a queen in here, queen cell, but they may actually have a virgin queen hatched out, possibly laying eggs. I also took this box and set it on top of the original hive for a couple days. The first day I did that, a lot of bees that were returning foragers from bringing in nectar and pollen came into this hive. I don't see a lot of bees coming and going from it, so I'm a little concerned that they may not have a foraging task force in this hive, and I may end up doing that again, moving them over into one of the other positions, confuse the bees, some of them enter into here, bringing in their honey and nectar. But remember, I do have a frame of honey in here. Knowing that they are likely queenless, they may be a little bit more testy, and I am ready to put on my veil if I need to.
I guess I want to step back.
Yep. Not getting enough action out of this smoker. Not what I'd like to see with a testy hive. Alright. Outer frames are not being worked yet, and can be removed, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to slide it out of the way. Got a lot going on in between the second frame and the third frame, so maybe we'll find a queen cell in there. They are indeed building a queen cell right here. I'm just going to invert this and see if I can see. Whether there's an egg or a larva in there. The way this one bee's got herself right down in there, I think there probably is. hard to say. There might be one in there. We'll go ahead and mark it. It does look like they've pulled some drones out and dropped them on the bottom, which is okay. When they don't have the resources to support the drones, they'll uncap them and drag them out, drop them. Let's check. I've got the ability to check the side of this one now without actually moving them. I would like to be able to, at this point, give this hive another frame of honey, but I don't really have it to give. You can't give what you do not have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we try to get a nucleus hive going to begin with. Even though when I moved all these frames, I brought the nurse bees with them, there are very few bees in here. I think some of the nurse bees went back to the main hive. And I'm seeing some of the young larvae has not been fed. This one is all honey and nectar. So they've got a full frame of resources. There are eggs in the bottom, eggs plural, in the bottom of that queen cup on this side, which actually went unnoticed the first time. So I have 2 queen cells. A lot of royal jelly in there, possibly a queen grub. So we're going to go ahead and close this back up. And see if we can't get them in a spot where they can pick up a few more field bees to help keep the brood warm so that they're not reducing their overall numbers and dying out slowly. That could be a problem. We have to watch. go ahead and walk around this way, Noah. Meet me on the other side here. We're just gonna move this position since there's no bees coming and going from it. And hopefully we can trick some of these bees into coming up into this hive and populating this hive with a workforce. Willow, Brook, Apiary, and Homestead. Happy bees, healthy honey. God bless.